friends, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Battle Royale 2, and it's the last Group H, the last 4 singles, and it's decades. But before we go on, I would just like to thank everybody that has entered, and big commiserations for those that have been knocked out. But thank you for taking part in this fun music competition based on a football World Cup, which is always fun. So Group H, and we've called this one Decades, and as usual the first song that was released will go first, and in this case this one is My Generation from The Who, put in by N Blanche 2. This song is written by Pete Townsend, and probably one of the most recognisable songs of the band, released in the UK in October '65 and in America November. Playing on here we have Mr. Roger Daltrey on lead vocals, Mr. Pete Townsend on electric guitar and backing vocals, Mr. John Entwistle on bass and backing vocals, and of course on the drums the one and only Mr. Keith Moon. Well, this has got certainly one of the best openings of any song from the 60s. That it's just go straight in, that bass line and the drums from Keith, and that little bit of guitar from Pete, and then in comes Roger with that first iconic line, "People try to put us down," talking about my generation. Dude, great heavy riffs from Pete, absolutely belting riff all the way through this song. Other things I like about this is Keith's drumming. It's that gentleness, you know, like people try to put us down, then bam 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 bam, and then he slows it down, and then he comes back in really heavy. He's a bit on another bit we're going to mention in a minute. He's pretty impressive as well. All the way through this song you've got some absolutely steady guitar work from Pete, but the song actually belongs to the bass player of this band, and probably one of the greatest bass players to ever walk this earth, Mr. John Entwistle. It's iconic, the bass line through this, and it's also got that wonderful bass line solo. It's just, I can't do it because I'll just ruin it, but it's iconic. It's the bit of the song that everybody loves, and Pete's drumming in it is great. Keith's drumming, sorry. He just knows when to go. The chemistry between John and Keith on Who songs are just brilliant. You know, they knew exactly what each other was doing. I mean, they were big mates as well. So these two worked off each other, and they do it so good in this song. I think this is probably one of Roger's best ever vocals he ever done with The Who. It's just a fantastic song, and it's one of them songs that it relates to everybody. Every generation can relate to this. My generation did, from the 70s kids, the 60s kids, the 80s kids. We all love this song, and it's just one of the most iconic singles of the 60s without a doubt. So good luck, M Blanche 2, with that one. This is a strong group, so you'll need all the luck and all the support. Okay, second one up today is one of the regular panelists, and I don't think he's missed many since he came up. He's truly dedicated to the live stream, and we're talking about Mike from Mike's Vinyl Spiral, and he has put in a song by Roxy Music, and it's Virginia Plain, which was their debut single from 1972, and I do remember this song on Top of the Pops. Written, of course, by Brian Ferry, and it was recorded between July and August of '72. So they literally recorded it and put it out as a single. So of course on here we've got Brian Ferry on piano and vocals, Andy McKay plays saxophone, Brian Eno even on the VS-S3 synthesizer and treatments, Paul Thompson on the drums, Phil Manzera on the guitar, and Rick Kenton on the bass. Now this starts off, of course, with that lovely little riff from Phil. In comes the Paul on the drums and that little piano bit from Brian Ferry, and then he gets this wonderful lyric delivery. Absolutely brilliant. I do like the saxophone bit from Andy McKay, and then you get a lovely little guitar solo on it, and then there's just Brian Eno creating all these wonderful sounds on it. The man was a genius. It's just one of my favourite songs by Roxy Music myself. The guitar solo from Phil is just top notch, and it's got one of the strangest endings to any song. I think this goes Virginia Plain and finishes. A great song, and it's sort of part of that early glam rock scene as well. There's lots of sparkle on if you watch the Top of the Box video. Fantastic song. So good luck to Mike. Our third contender today comes from Sean Ryan, and it's a song by Dex's Midnight Runners, and it's Gino. Written by Kevin Archer and Kevin Rowland, and it was the lead single off their debut album Searching for the Young Soul and Rebels, which is a fab album anyway. So playing on here we have got Kevin Rowland on the vocals, Kevin Archer on guitars and vocal, Pete Williams on the bass, Andy Grocott on drums, Andy Leake on the organ, Pete Saunders on organ. Then we've got Jeff Blythe on saxophone, Steve Spooner on the alto saxophone, and Big Jim Patterson on the trombone. It's got a wonderful horn section. Love the start of this, the dun 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 Gino, you know, at the beginning, and then that great, it comes in spot on with that leading the Andy Grauker on the drums. Dun 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 dun. And I love Kevin's vocals. He rolls them R's. I love it when people roll R's. An iconic song from the 80s. There was lots going on in the old 80s. Different sort of music, and this came in with the horns. The horns on this just make this song. Kevin Rowland is a great singer. Can be soulful, can be really heavy, gritty. It's one of the great songs. And now I always thought this is better than Come On Eileen, without a doubt. There's so many tempo changes in this song, and fair play to Andy Grocott for not missing a beat. Very intricate drumming on this. I just love it. And of course there's a great little trombone solo on this from Big Jim Patterson. I think this is one of the great songs of 1980 without a doubt. Big hit, of course, and I'm glad it is in this competition. So good luck to Sean Ryan on that one. I didn't mention you at the beginning, Sean. I do apologise. But yeah, this was put in by Sean Ryan. And the last song in the groups is from Cass Clem. Has already put one new order in and has gone through to the round of 16. Will they go through with another new order song? And this one is Bizarre Love Triangle. And it's from their album Brotherhood, and the single came out in November of 1986. So playing on this one, we've got Bernard Sumner on lead vocals and backing vocals synthesizers, Peter Hook on the bass and electronic percussion, and Stephen Morris, as ever, on the drums and a bit of synthesizers, and the wonderful Gillian Gilbert doing some synthesizers. Now, this song is a little bit different. There was a lot of sort of plastic 80s sounds when this came out. It all sounded the same, but not with New Order. A little bit different. They took this as a song and put some interesting drum programming on it, some really interesting keyboard work, and of course Bernard's wonderful delivery of a vocal. A little bit deadpan in places, but I think what makes this one, it's not the keyboards, it's not the drumming. The bass line is pretty good from Peter, always solid, but it's a certain Gillian Gilbert and her backing vocals. I think if they hadn't got these backing vocals on, I think it'd be not as good. I just think it sort of woke everybody up, this single, because it was not a good year. It was all the same sounds, but as once again New Order just broke that mould and come up with something a little bit more interesting. Now personally, I'm not into this music, but I do appreciate this song because it was a little different. Okay, so there we go. There's our 4 last singles. So the big thing is, how do you vote? Well, at 2 o'clock today, this is going out at 2 o'clock, and at 2 o'clock the poll opens in the community page, and the poll description is in the short that goes along with this round, and that's where you can vote, and the voting will close at 23:59 next Wednesday, and then Dave will announce, we will announce who's going through when we do the review of the group stages next Thursday. We will be doing a little, maybe go live, I don't know, we haven't decided yet. It might be a video, or it'll be a live, an extra special live stream, who knows. I need to talk to Dave about that. So that's it. So next week we will have a review at some stage. So good luck to Kaz Clem, Sean Ryan, Mike's Vinyl Spiral, and N Blanche 2. Okay, coming up next is another top 10. We've done Simon's birthday top 10, but we're going to do another top 10. We're going to do the UK top 10 on this day from the year of 1971. So join us for that. So bye for now.